All right, so to continue with our lesson, today we're going to be looking at shapes, and you guys aren't going to have an assessment today, and you don't have to write or draw anything, because normally in class I'd be having you use different shapes to move things around, but since we don't have those, you guys just get to watch today, okay? So we're going to be looking at shapes, and we're going to take one shape, and then we're going to try and look at it to see what shapes can we find inside of it. So we might be looking at a hexagon and be finding triangles inside of that hexagon, so we can see how different shapes are made up. Okay, so let's get started. Let's see. Let me get my screen back to small. There we go. Okay, so we would be using pattern blocks to learn more about our shapes, but you're going to look at it on the screen from now, since I wish I could, but you guys don't. I wish I could give you guys pattern blocks, but you guys don't have any at the moment. So we're going to be learning about different shapes, like I said, going into other shapes or making up other shapes. So we can make shapes bigger or composite shapes by putting pieces together. So composite shapes are when we take smaller shapes, put them together, and we make a different shape. Sounds a little confusing. Let me show you what I mean, okay? So we're going to be looking at composite shapes today. So I can take this square. I have this green square right here. 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, and all the sides are the same. Now, if I take another square and add it to that square, I don't have a square anymore. I have a rectangle. I still have 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 corners, 1, 2, 3, 4, but all the sides aren't the same. We have the top and bottom side that are longer than the left and right side. Okay, so now it becomes a rectangle. We can do that same thing down here by adding a bunch more squares. Here's one blue square. And then if we add a lot more squares, do we have a square anymore? No, we don't have a square anymore, because all sides of this big blue shape are not equal. So now we have an even bigger rectangle than the green one. So that's just taking a couple squares, building them into one big rectangle. Okay, so look at this shape. This is a hexagon. We're going to use other shapes to make this shape. Okay, so this is one shape right here. This purple shape is a hexagon. Now I can make it by using 2 trapezoids. Over here I have one trapezoid that I'm outlining right now, and then the bottom of this shape is also another trapezoid. So we could have 2 trapezoids make one hexagon. This right here is a composite shape. Say that with me. Ready? Composite shape. It's a shape that's made up of other shapes. Okay? So we used 2 trapezoids to make a hexagon. All right? Now look at this hexagon. We're going to make it a different way. Okay? We're going to use triangles. There's one. If I stack another one next to it, and I keep going around in a somewhat circle, I'm going to use 6 triangles to make a whole hexagon, to make one hexagon. Okay? So we have this hexagon over here, and then the composite hexagon over here made up of 6 triangles. Okay? So you're starting to see how we can make a shape out of smaller shapes. I wish I could have you guys trying this on your own. If you have little shapes at your house, you could find some triangles and try putting them together like this picture right here and making your own hexagon. That'd be really cool. Let's move on. I'm going to make a hexagon again, but a different way, okay? Could you think of another way we could make a hexagon before I show you? We've used 2 trapezoids and we've used triangles. Can you think of anything else that might make a hexagon? Let's see. This time I'm going to use both triangles and a trapezoid. So there's 3 triangles that actually make a trapezoid. So right here is a composite trapezoid, right? And then if I add in another trapezoid, we have our full hexagon. So here's another way we could show our hexagon by making a composite shape. Okay? Moving on, I'm going to make another hexagon. We're working with hexagons today if you haven't picked that up yet. So I'm going to use 2 triangles and then 2 rhombuses. Okay? Now I know this is a little messy, but we have a hexagon here. One side, two side, three side, four side, five side, and six sides. So it might not be as neat, but it is the same shape. It is also a hexagon. Remember, it's a composite shape because it's a one shape made out of many littler shapes. All right. Now, that's the end of our lesson today. I just wanted to look at how we can make composite shapes and by putting smaller shapes together to make a bigger shape. And that's all we're going to be doing today. So we're going to come back on Wednesday and we'll work more with learning about our shapes and 3D shapes and our two-dimensional shapes. I know this can be a little bit confusing, but hang in there, guys. You guys are doing super, super well. I'm very, very proud of you guys. Keep it up. And once again, I miss you guys and stay healthy. I will see you guys later. Bye.